regardless of what side you're on, the rest of the world is looking at you like you're fucking like crazy. You know what I mean? So it does, like, it's ridiculous. It's fucking nuts. We're all adults at a roller skating rink. You know what I mean? Right, wrong, whatever. The entire world's looking at it being like, yo, that's fucking crazy.
Exactly.
So, I'm probably going to cut this. So,
it's the Skate Like You Podcast, in association with JG Hubs and hosted by Mark Vachon. We're talking life in and out of the rink with a new skater every week.
what's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Mark, Skate Like You Podcast, SK8LIKEYOU.com. I am here with the Caveman, Doug Crabtree, right? So, yo, before we, because I don't even know if we ever got into this, before we get into anything, I'm going to jump right out of the gate. Where does Caveman come from? How did that thing get started?
Man, I've had so many nicknames. Mainly it was always Dougie Fresh. Don't ask. I don't know. It was just one of those things. But I grew up out of roller cave, so it was just one of those things. When I got back into it, I was like, I like nicknames. I'm just gonna Caveman, go with it, and
Okay,
it just went with the flow. Everybody called me it, and it feels good.
Is there someone in particular that came up with it?
No, I actually did it myself. I was like,
Oh, okay.
from that was my home rink for I growing up. So, Caveman, whatever. I'm just go with it, see if it goes, and everybody's, oh, what's up, Caveman? Just roll with it.
All right. Nice, man. Nice. So, where are you from originally?
I'm actually from Indiana. Nowhere
Indiana.
else.
Okay.
Yep,
So
317.
all right, nowhere else. And the question I ask every single person I have on the pod, man, do you remember the first time you ever skated?
Oh man, I do. Now, can I tell you Pacific? No, but I know I was about 8 years old. Honestly, it all started on inlines.
Okay.
And I started doing the whole rental skate. I never skated in the brownies. I always got the speed skates.
Okay.
But eventually, that's where it went. I just got my own skates and went from there.
So if you started in inlines, what kind of made you kind of switch over to rocking a quad?
Seeing everybody do what they did.
Okay.
Like the cool skaters. That's how I looked at it. Me growing up, it was like you had the cool kids, and the cool kids where we was, they were doing all this, the shuffling and the jam skating, and they rocked the good skates. So it's like, well, you can't do that in these. So.
Yeah. Is there like a name or somebody in specific? Like when you say the cool kids, right, at your spot, was there like someone in particular like, oh shit, I want to do what that dude's doing? Who was that?
Oh, God, name everybody. I couldn't name everybody, but
if there's one person,
break skate for one. Diamond Walker. I'm gonna tell you that because Diamond was from my home rink. So
okay,
and then it went from Diamond to meeting Tony, and then I met Shannon and Jesse from Break Skate, and Break Skate was my I want to be like them.
Yeah,
that's where it started for me. Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. I just had Tony on, and it's kind of cool though, man. Like, because I'm assuming based on that age, when it comes to Diamond Walker being at your rink and stuff, and then Break Skate coming through, you kind of like really saw them at their early iterations and stuff like that. Am I right? Is that
yeah.
Like they were really getting going, and was that a lot of that happening at your rink?
Yeah. No, it was everywhere, obviously, but for me, we seen it a lot at Roller Cave. Like they would skate in the middle and do their thing. So it was just one of those things. Like he wanted to follow them. Like I want to do what they're doing. So, and
Yeah.
that's the early entry for me when the word jam skating came from for me was that's where it started. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So how old are you at that point then? Like when you start seeing like break skate and stuff like that at your rink?
I was mid 13ish when I like really wanted to start doing it. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, everybody, I can't say age, but you know, they were probably up there in the higher teens / 19, 20.
Yeah. And so, and I think when we spoke in Tennessee, you kind of like from what I remember, you said you started as a jam skater. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I didn't get too heavy into it. I mean, like, how do you, I wasn't as great as them, obviously, because I just fresh, but yeah,
Who is?
I strictly wanted the jam skate. So like every time I would go skating, that's what I was doing. We had our little section in the corner they allowed us to do in practice and stuff. So that's what I was always doing.
It must have been a thing like there too, because like at that age, like 13 or whatever, we didn't, like the little rink I was at, like there were, I guess there's cool kids at every rink, you know what I mean? But like
Right.
not as cool as the people you were seeing, right? Like and I'm thinking though, that must have been like a major thing, like as far as, because I think most people that really get passionate about skating, it stems from us when we're kids being like seeing other people and being like, oh, I want to do that shit, right? Like I want to do that, like, and I think some people it's either like I want to do that, and I also think a part of it is too for us is like not only do we want to do that, but we want people to see us doing that shit the way we're seeing people do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there is that kind of performer kind of thing, but like for you, dude, it must have like where you're at seeing that crew there must have been so many kids at your rink that were just inspired or just like, yeah, that must have been was it a major influence on people your age at your rink at that time?
It was. Like I said, it was like, you're just normal. You just go to the rink and you're saying it, but you see these kids and they're just, they're breaking out all the moves and the groundwork and hitting power moves, and you're just like, yo, I want to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
typical, man, that's so cool. How do you do that? And it's like those words right there is like, just practice. You gotta want to just do it. Just do it.
Yeah. Because I imagine there being like just a shift. You know what I mean? Like a rink. How old was that rink at that point?
Oh,
do you think? How long had it been around?
It's been around for a minute. I couldn't tell you numbers, but I always.
But at that point,
sorry.
No. I was gonna say
when I was younger, I was at a whole like I didn't really look at skating rink names. It was just kind of like, oh, your mom takes you to the rink, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So there's this place. It's no longer there, obviously, but they turned it into a learning facility. But it was our USA that we had, and that's where it started for me. And then I got a little older, going to school. I met some skaters, and Roller Cave just came into play. Let's go to Roller Cave, and boom.
Yeah, because I imagine, because not only at that time, like that time was like a style shift. You know what I mean? That time frame that we're talking about, where like, all of a sudden jam skating became like it was just a style shift, man. And it was a style shift overall. But I can't imagine how it probably, like, especially for people probably like that had been around that rink or rinks nearby for a long time, like they were much older than you at that point. It probably felt like to them like overnight, like, holy shit, this whole thing just changed. You know what I mean? Like this whole thing just went from like skating in a circle to all of a sudden, I remember like old heads back then, like, you know, and it's the same how I probably sound this way to kids now, right? Like where I'm like, you know, bitching about mumble rap or whatever, right? But like I remember like old heads at that time being like, it ain't skating if your hands are touching the floor, and you know what I mean? You witnessed a whole style shift. You know what I'm saying?
I've, oh man, I've heard that so many times. Oh, it doesn't, it doesn't count, or I watch old school videos. I look at the old stuff, and you read the comments when you get older, and you're just like, wow, that's a little rude. you know Prime example, it's an older video, but with the man Tony, somebody, he
Yeah.
was so rude in the comment, and I was just like, man, I wish I could just like face to face this guy and be like, I don't know where you get that, where, oh, he's not technically skating. It's like, your feet are on the ground regardless.
Yeah. Oh. What's not skating thing?
Oh yeah, but long story short, seeing, basically saying like, if you're doing like a windmill or something.
But like, how are you not seeing the amazing factor here? How are you not acknowledging like what is happening is incredible? You know what I'm saying? That's what I never understood, man. I didn't get it.
Right.
But all right. So for you, like, but did you work at your rink? Like, did you do that whole thing growing up there?
Nope. Honestly, nope.
No.
Nope. It was just a Friday, Saturday, every weekend thing. That was all it was for me.
Was there a point for you coming up? Did you ever like get like have like a crew, or was it just like people you hung out with, or what was your deal?
Yeah, I came from that point where, we tried to start a little crew, just me and two buddies. We just, that's kind of, I don't know. It was like nobody really had a crew, but they all skated with their like the Pacific friends and stuff like that. So, but we was like, you know what? Let's be a crew, and that's where our silly name of Team Chaos came from. Back in the day.
What was it?
Team Chaos.
Okay.
But yeah, it was strictly me and my friend Brent, and then we added our friend Mike, and we just kind of went from there, and just like every weekend we just practiced. Like, we wasn't as great as everybody else, but we were still learning in that process, because obviously they been doing it longer, so they already had stuff that we couldn't do down. But
and what was Team Chaos like? What was it? What was the style? Was it just what would you guys consider yourself like a jam crew, or like just all around? Like, what was?
Just all around. It was like we liked the whole jam skating thing, but we also shuffled back in the day, trying to get everybody to join our line and stuff. So.
What was what was like, okay, so like during high school, like what was the vibe like the high school years for you, like at the rink that you went to the most? Like, what was the music vibe? Were they doing like new school and old school stuff still, or was it a lot of old school? Like, what was it, freestyle? Like, what's happening in that part of Indiana at that time as far as the music goes at your rink?
Honestly, it's like, it was like a mixture. Like, it was kind of like how it is today. They kind of strictly kept it back. They had your typical freestyle music, and then some of the hip hop, but nothing crazy. It was just stuff that you could really just skate to. It made you just want to go skate.
Okay. So how long are you doing this? Because from when we had a little bit of a talk, you had mentioned about how you'd stop for a while. Like, so like from that point, like when you're a kid up through however long, like from when you really started skating on the regular, when was it that you kind of stopped for a period of time?
Ooh, okay. If I'm correct, I stopped I wouldn't say I stopped. I just kind of put it on the back burner for a while. I was 18, and I know I sound like an old head, but like when I say back in my time, it was different back then.
Okay.
I was, I found my, high school, the girl and all that at the Rink, and, we lived life. So being from that time, I kind of like set it aside so I can focus on her.
Okay.
Oh, I know. Gushy, right?
No, it's all good.
But no, I honestly, I beat myself up a little bit as I had got older. I started life a little too soon, more or less trying to grow up faster than I should have. So,
Was there something? Was there something that like kind of motivated that thing or like, yeah, what was going on in your world where you felt like, or it just seemed like the where you felt, I don't know, that you had to grow up sooner? Was there something going on or something like that? Or
no, it's just that's how it was. The typical guy, you wanted to, cater to, that person and just, I found that person, trying to find a home. And it was, I don't know, I guess it's just you wanted to grow up a little too fast, but not too fast.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's weird, but
okay. So it's like that, but like, okay, you meet the one or the, and
yeah,
in your mind, it's
and
like, okay, put away childish things. You know what I mean? Like when I was, that whole mentality essentially. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. And it's sad because it's like, I'm still a kid, but it's like, you find that person, you guys want to make something of it. What's the next step? You just gotta go up.
Yeah.
And it went from there. Long story short, about, years went by and things didn't work out. Went back to the Rink with my friend Mike. But at that time, I was not really there. It's kind of like, I don't really want to be here. So eventually it went from, hey, you ever been to the club? No, never been to the club. 21. I'm about 21 at this age. So he's like, oh, I'm gonna take you out. Okay. Then like I said, I lived the whole nightlife too. I did all that too. But that was a good time for me. I took the aspects of what I did on skates, and I guess you could say I just started breakdancing. So it went that way for pretty good penny, long time. And then just had a fall off with some friends, and we all kind of just went our own separate ways. And I had my first son, so roughly about 27. Again, life hits and you gotta just deal with life, so you can't really have fun. But as I said, in Tennessee, I got back into it about 4 years ago. It's been about 4 years.
Yeah, when we were talking, you said, you have been battling depression.
Yeah, yes. So basically, again, when I had my son, again, things didn't work out, and this time it was really bad because of the situations that had happened. So it put me in a really bad spot. And nothing felt like, I don't know, I just felt like I couldn't do nothing no more. I was just like, I sheltered myself a lot from everybody. I kind of just like stayed inside.
Yeah.
Like, and let, go to work, and that was it. Like, I go to work, come home, boom. I never really hung out with nobody anymore. And it was just for my sake, because it's like, I'm not in the right mind to kind of like put anybody else in my problems. But yeah, that when I, it was a big part, but I found, I know it's cheesy, but I found a pair of vanillas on Facebook Marketplace, brand new. I said, I'm just gonna go back,
Yeah.
and boom, I'm here now, and I got a new partner. She's very like, very, very, very I don't know the word God, I'm having a mind blank.
It's all right. Like understanding or
Yeah, understanding, and she's very she's like my number one cheerleader, I guess.
okay.
Like she's always there, like there.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it. This is something you like. I get to go to the rink here and there, no questions asked. It's like I couldn't ask for anything better.
It's interesting to hear you talk about though. When you talk about, there was that point where I just like, I go to work and that's it. I go work, go home. You know what I mean? Because I'm not trying to like expose other people to this shit or whatever. And like, and my thing is like, because I like at my worst spots with that shit, I isolate like crazy. Like I totally kind of go inside, right? And I just fucking like, yeah, I don't want. I can't deal with all that. Like, and mostly, and I don't know, man. I got to a point where it was like, I had to kind of like acknowledge for myself too. Like, it was like, it's not just so much I don't want to like put this on anybody else. It's like, I couldn't even find any type of like, the idea of being around anyone else. And here's the thing, like I'm talking about people that being around them at a different point in my life was very fulfilling. And
Right.
now, but then at that point, the idea of being around somebody else sounded exhausting, right? Like I had to, cause I couldn't just go there and be like, it felt like I had to like perform almost. Cause I can't I don't want people to fucking have to see this misery that I'm living in. I don't want I don't want the questions. I don't want all that bullshit. So it was like, for me, it was like, I don't want to be in this social situation because it's fucking tiring to have to pretend I'm not as miserable as I fucking am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, dude, like that is fucking sad, man. Like that's a sad place to be, especially because like I'm talking about people in my life where maybe not everybody, but like there are a lot of people that if I had just gone and said that to people, they would have fucking understood. Like they would have gave a shit. They probably would, you know what I mean? But I can't see any of that at that time.
Right.
To me, it's like, yo, if you fucking know this about me, you're gonna think like I'm crazy. You're gonna think like, yeah, man, I was, dude, I don't know about you. I was worried about just how I would be judged at every moment and every, you know what I mean? Cause like, I looked at it like I would feel some type of way, like, fuck, I don't even want to fucking go to work today. And rather than,
oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. But like but feeling like if I said that to somebody, they would just sit and judge, like, you fucking lazy piece of shit, you fucking blah, 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 blah. Like, that's how I thought the world would see me. Cause that's how like I saw myself kind of thing. Right. Like it was just, but the point is where I'm getting at with this is it's so crazy is that like, as isolated as we want to be, we end up at the rink surrounded by how many people?
Exactly.
So what do you think it was for you? Like, first off, was it like that much of a conscious thing in your mind when you see that set of vanillas on Marketplace? Are you like, yo, I think this is what I need, I think, and I'm going to do it? Or was it just, did you not even really think about it like that? You just did it? Like,
no, exactly what you just said. Like when I found them, my mind was all like, I'm going back to the ring. I'm going to go back. And, I found those, and when I took a picture of it and I was like, oh, guess who's coming back on my Facebook. And I'm like, that felt so good. I was like, man, cause I don't know. I post a lot And I say, some of my captions, like, it's always going to be in me. And it has. I can hit a floor and it's just like, that's where I need to be at. I know that sounds cheesy to probably some people, but, like, no, I'm at the rink. I'm like, that's me. When you see me on these videos, that is like, wow. That's me.
Can you explain that paradox though? Because you're talking about however long you just wanting to self-isolate, like go to work, come home, not be around anybody, blah, 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 blah. Can you explain, like, and not because it's right or wrong, I'm just like, from your own perspective, from your mindset, where like that, like you're that isolated to then this moment of like posting a picture, like, guess who's coming back, motherfucker? You know what I mean? Like, what can you explain like that? Like what, because to me, that's so and I get it. I understand, right? Like, look, you're talking like, I mean, look at what I'm doing now. And I was one of the most isolated people on the planet. Right. So like,
right.
So for you, like, yeah, it might not even be something that you can explain, but like, that is such a contrast. You know what I mean? Was it just that you were just finally just sick of doing that, so you just made this move, or was it? Yeah, I don't even know how to ask this question.
No, so I did the whole isolating thing, and it more or less, it was like I had to figure myself out.
Okay.
Regardless.
Okay.
So like I had to make sure I always go with a plan. You got to have a plan. And, if things aren't right, you can't jump to something else. So I had to get everything right, figure things out. And then eventually I found that. So I was like, I fixed myself. I got rid of the negativity stuff that I was doing. I picked up drinking a while back. But, that's what it came to. So I was like, no, but this ain't me. So I got rid of that, all the negativity. And, I presented myself with I do a whole lot of shoulder shrugging, more or less of like, I just kind of like brush it off. Like,
yeah,
it is what it is. So that's my new mindset, is kind of like, okay. Go with it. But yeah, it went in that stage, figured myself out. It got better. I found skates and I said, I'm back. Let's do this. It's time. You need to go back. So
yeah. And a lot of times I think that shoulder shrug mentality, right? Like, cause look, like we only know what we know, you know what I mean? Like, and life is based on like, our perception of life is based on our own experience, right? Like, that's why like what could be tragic to me might literally be like no big thing to somebody else, right? Because we only have our own perspective. But that shoulder shrug thing for me in a lot of ways is based on the fact that like, oh well, this ain't nothing. Like I've been in a different place. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been
exactly.
Fuck,
like I don't do it to kind of like push people away. It's just more like, I've already done it. I've been there. So it's kind of like, I don't really need that negativity anymore. So I'm kind of just like, you got something to say about me? Cool. I've already heard it. And there's nothing I haven't said 6 feet in the mirror,
Oh my God, dude. If I'm telling you,
I've already said it to myself. So if you got something to say, I'm just going to be like, okay.
That is some real shit, dude. That is like the idea that like, there's nothing like you can't say something to me that I did not say 100 times worse and mean it more than I've said to myself. You know what I mean? Like exactly. I have beaten the shit out of me for a long time, man. Oh my God, that's 100% true. And sometimes I wonder that too, because I think like, we get into this thing like, oh, there's drama at the rink and blah, blah. It's like, there's drama everywhere. There's drama in every social situation, no matter what, right? And in every community, no matter what type of community there is, there's people that have had different experiences. And like, so like in this particular community, when I'm in this one, and it's like, I don't know, man. I've seen, like, I've dealt with life on much more difficult terms than what like the trouble that or the problems that I'm gonna have at the rink. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
So do you go back to that rink? Like, was it roller
No, no. That's the crazy part. I wanted to find something different, and I ain't never been to the Franklin Skate Club. So it's like, even when we were younger, we was trying to do all the traveling around like everybody else, and we never went to Franklin. So I was like, I want to try a different rink, and Franklin just became the home rink for me from this point forward. But I recently have been back to rollerblade, but they shrunk it down a little bit. It's more or less they turned it in for the kids, so the rink's not as big, and so not really a great time for me.
Hey, everybody, we're going to take 60 seconds to tell you about JG Hubs. We'll be right back with the rest of the show.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Mark, Skate Like You Podcast, SK8LIKEYOU.com, and I am coming to you about JG Hubs. Now, one of the things I always say to Jim is, I don't think enough people know about your wheels, man. You got to let me talk about the wheels. The first thing I want to make sure that you understand, especially if you're maybe a little bit newer, maybe you already have some skates, but you're looking to upgrade a little bit, looking to get new wheels. Guys, before you go and drop $200, $250, $300, you need to look at specialty wheels. You need to look at JG Hubs. Check this out. The wheels that I reviewed, the Super Ds, the ones I absolutely love, man, $250. That's it, $250. And there's way more options at the same price. Check out these 6-slot turquoise. The 4-slot gold, fire. Check out the hub on this 12-hole black. Check out these purple Super Ds for micros. All of these are 97A. If you ask me, that's the perfect hardness. You can make it work on any floor. All of these sets, $250 out the door. Why is that an amazing deal? And why is it something that you should really consider? Every hub, every wheel, Jim personally manufactured it one at a time. These things didn't go through a conveyor belt. They weren't shipped over from Japan. Everything made right here in the USA. And I'll tell you what, if you're looking to roll on dubs, check out some of these big 50s. Check out some of these designs. The big 50s are crazy. The price point starts at $340. Now, when you reach out to Jim or Christine, you can do that at the Facebook page. It's right here. They're going to tell you all about your options for big 50s and all the price points there. Look, guys, we're not just talking about best bang for your buck. You're going to get a product not only exceeds industry standards, but is far superior to mass-produced items that cost even more. If you're in the market for a new set, why not go to another skater, tried, tested, with an attention to detail and craftsmanship that is hard to match? Get in touch with Jim and Christine right now. The entire process is going to be seamless for you. You're not going to be able to deal with better people. Other than that, I'll see you somewhere, guys. Skate like you. Yo, so, okay. I'm and we can cut this shit. I swear to God. But, I gotta ask, dude, and like I said, we'll if it's something that we decide or you decide, we'll cut. We'll cut. But given, because I don't even know what, it seemed like there had been some, and maybe you're not even involved in all this or whatever, but what's happening with the 317, man? What's happening with that community where it seems like there's some friction, you know what I mean? In some, am I crazy or
In the skating generation, or just everybody in 317?
Whatever, just seemed like the friend, whatever. I don't even know who, what is what, but there had been some recent drama in the 317 in different skate communities or groups or something like that. Or am I crazy?
No, I don't. I'm not too sure. I don't really check everybody's stuff. I know there was some beef with some Marion cats and some Anderson cats, but it was
yeah, dude. Okay,
yeah,
so
that was all over. It went over everybody's head because I know the two people that kind of made the videos, and
yeah,
it was more of a trolling thing, and everybody went.
It was a joke, right? It was a fucking
a joke. Yes, Braz. Well, it was a joke on his end. He was trolling, and then my buddy Curtis came back and then everybody just went crazy. Rink owners were thinking like everybody was starting stuff, and it wasn't supposed to go that way. But
No,
yeah,
of
that's
course not.
that. But
Dude, that
but
was
yeah,
a
that's
funny
the
ass
only
video.
thing I've seen. So
That was a funny ass video. I mean, like, first of all, like I could, like, it was funny from a couple different perspectives, right? Like, it was funny from just like, oh yeah, I've seen some shit like that. Like, it's crazy. It's also funny from the perspective of like looking at it like Braz and being like, it's funny in the sense of like, motherfucker, I can't believe you're doing this. Like, say, like,
that's exactly when I seen it. Yeah, I was just laughing because I was like, "You're being goofy right now."
It's
You're
crazy on all levels, right? You know, and like, but there are these moments, man, where that shit turns into something, and I'm like, yo, when the fuck did we start taking ourselves so serious, man? Like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, if you're not look, people, if maybe whatever, but if you're not willing, if you're not laughing at yourself, here's what I can guarantee you: you are missing the best joke in town. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, dude. Like, but I don't know if I'm gonna cut this or not, but that was some funny ass shit. When I saw that, dude, like a couple weeks ago, because I had to like go down this rabbit hole because it was like, because I just saw this thing, I saw a live of him explaining this and talking about this, and then I had to like go back and be okay, well, what happened there? And then that led me all the way back to his video.
Yep. No, it was. I was in the live and I was talking to everybody, and yeah, it was just all. It was a big troll for each part, and everybody just went crazy. But yeah, we all had a big talk in that live, and it wasn't even supposed to be like that. And I said, you know what? If you guys can get past it, I hope like Rink owners can get past it because it wasn't supposed to be like that. But
so yeah,
that was the main thing.
Here's my only piece of advice to everybody involved in that, okay? Because what people think is like the truth or like the real part of something is like you're perceiving it through your lens, like we're right because like or whatever, right? Like we got disrespect. Like no. Here's the reality. Whether regardless of what side you're on, the rest of the world is looking at you like you're fucking like crazy. You know what I mean? So it does like it's ridiculous. It's fucking nuts. We're all adults at a roller skating rink. You know what I mean? Right, wrong, whatever. The entire world's looking at it being like, yo, that's fucking crazy. Like that you're acting, anybody involved is acting like this.
Exactly.
So, I'm probably going to cut this. So,
but no, I respect all of them. They're my homies, and
yeah.
I just at the end of the day, like you said, nobody should be taking it like that. That's just me. But like I said, I know how the younger cats nowadays, their pride is kind of like up here, and one small thing, it's gonna lead to something, and I'm like, just skate. That's all it is. Just skate. No one's better than anybody. Everybody's different, and that's what it should. That's how it should always be. We're all different, but we all skate. So,
yeah. It's funny you mentioned about like the younger cats kind of like having like a feeling of how they're going to be portrayed or whatever. And I was just reading this thing, man, especially about for people that were born into this mega social media age, and I don't mean like I mean like we're literally the point of which you can go live, you know what I mean, at any moment, that basically like people that were born into that world, their whole thinking about whether they do anything or don't do anything is based upon whether or not it might end up on the internet and I might get blasted for this kind of thing. Like it's this weird thing that like keeps everybody in fear of being who they are or being perceived in a certain way, because they know all it takes is like one little 30-second, 20-second clip to get put up about them. And the whole world has this perception that like, that really is not even accurate, right? Because how could you define somebody in 20 seconds? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's kind of weird, man. It's scary. But anyway, So you're back at the rink. You go back. You immediately feel like a difference as far as your kind of like, yeah, just as far as like your depression and all that kind of stuff. That's
Oh yeah, it like I said, it was like it's gone. Now don't get me wrong, like there was probably still a little bit of like inside me, but nah, man, I went just started going back and I started trying to do the middle work and you know Franklin doesn't have a lot of jam skaters, so
okay.
you're the only one out there and you're kind of like but being watched and things like that, man, it brought back so many good memories. Like just, oh, how do you do that? And oh my God, that's so cool. Oh, he's getting down. It's like, man, why am I sad?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
yeah, no, it did. It was just, it kind of uplifted, and I've just been me ever since. Like, positive person.
When is the first time that you like get to an event? Like, what was the first event you went to?
Oh man, now that's crazy because of how long I've been in the game. Um, Midwest Jam Fest last year was like well, no, I can't say that because my first event was Break Skate Bash 2011.
Okay. Oh, so we're going
like
way
I said,
back.
I was about 17. So that being, and like I said, we were still kind of like coming up. So we wanted to do this. I was like, oh man, down in Kokomo, we did our thing. I mean, they had everybody, obviously Break Skate, and then they had like all the people that you watch on YouTube, like Jamie Jarman and Hunter Collins and like all of them.
Yep.
And it was like, we're actually in this building. And then obviously we signed up to do the battles, not knowing that it was going to be them. I thought it was going to be like newer up and coming skaters like us. So I'm battling Angel Robinson, and I'm like, this girl's been on skates since she was like tiny. So obviously I lost. No shame in that.
No, none.
And it was crazy because, like I said, I get nervous a little bit, and I got posted that pic comment on your post. And Tony and me, like, man, my idol is sitting right there. And I'm like, oh man, I got to do good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, 2011, that was our first one. But coming further in the future, Midwest Jam Fest was like my biggest one that I've ever been to. So.
That's crazy. I could have, it's so crazy how we kind of like, oh, there's a lot of people, right? There's so many people that we meet at these events, or at least, especially on like, it's so like when you start connecting with people on social media before you even really connect with them in real life. Midwest Jam Fest, that was I could have sworn I had seen you some like places before that, like no USA, no anything like that. No shit. Wow.
Yeah.
So what prompted that for you? Like, as far as like, oh, you know what, I want to go check this out. Like, were people going that you wanted to go with, or what?
Yeah. Like my crew, shout out to them because like I was a loner, and obviously I went back and I actually came up with another crew for myself, and I had two other people with me. And we started our own little skate crew. It was the Southside Rollers. But for them, skating wasn't like on their forte of like always going. So it's kind of like they would skate when they skate. But so I became the loner, and then I met Heather and everybody, and then they took me in. And so yeah, long story short, having them and then them being active with the whole skating scene, it was like, oh, okay, now I'm starting to see flyers and all this stuff, and everything's getting posted. And that's how I found about it. So
it's funny too, as somebody that kind of defines himself as isolated or isolates himself and everything. You get a lot of love from a lot of people, man. I mean, like it's kind of crazy. Do you feel that? You see all that happening for yourself?
oh yeah, and man, it's appreciated every day. It is, and the comments, the repost, it's actually amazing to me.
Yeah.
Because I never really thought I'd get my name out there, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's just as much a testament, like the things people say and the appreciation they show. It's just as much about kind of like who you are as a person as it is about who you are as a skater. Does that make sense? Do you see that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which is a good thing. It's a very good thing.
It is a good thing. It is a good thing.
So, what are there events that you definitely want to check out in the future? Or there's some that are like kind of on your mind?
Oh man, all of them coming up, but obviously I can't make all of them. But I know next month is supposed to be. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not. It's like the USA Shuffle Skate.
Mm-hmm.
Not too sure. I think it's in Georgia or something like that.
Yep, March. Yep.
Yes, I would love to go to that one. It's on my radar.
I can't. I could have sworn that was like the place that I had seen you originally. It's so funny because like now I can picture seeing you skate at Castle, which would have been Midwest, right? Because I was there. I was there too. But in my mind, I'm like, no, that was like from flying over the castle wall 2 or 3 years ago. It's crazy. I don't know how.
Oh wow. No, is it? No, I don't think. No, yeah. Wow. Oh my goodness.
That's funny. I thought here's how much I thought that's where you were from originally. I thought you were an Ohio cat. Because I just it's so crazy. But I get that all messed up all the time, like with everybody. Because it's like in my brain, I go to an event, right? And I see somebody in a certain state, and my brain doesn't put together like, hey, they're probably visiting here just like me. Like, no, this is where they're from. You know what I mean? It's just I automatically assume that. If I would have seen you in fucking South Africa, I would have been like, oh yeah, he's probably from South Africa. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy, but so okay, dude. You haven't been there yet. You haven't been to one of those.
Oh man, no. I want to go. It's on my radar.
It's just speed, bro. It's just flying in that tiny little rink. It's kind of crazy. It's fun. It's fun though, man. It's fun. But it's a whole different thing. Are you doing Jam Fest this year?
Oh yeah, I'll be there definitely. Oh yeah. Other than that, I haven't got anything past that so far. So
how often?
A lot of them go so far out, I can't really get there because, like I said, I only get the weekends to kind of like get this prepped, and so like your Saturdays, Sundays, if there's something happening, I can probably make them, but Fridays is out of the point.
Yeah. How the out there the 317? Do you guys have any like? And I'm not trying to be like disrespectful or anything. I'm just saying like there's so much. It's hard to keep up with everything. But like, is there an event that happens out there do you guys put something on like a weekend event or anything like that? Or are there any talks of doing something like that?
Honestly, I can say we've done one, and it was like we had it at Franklin. It was like we tried something, and then Lacey and Brian came out. Brian did our DJing. Nothing crazy. It wasn't nothing crazy. It was just kind of like we wanted to try. Mm-hmm. But no, I honestly, for our set path, we kind of just join everything else that comes across. Now I know we try to do adult nights, and we have our own first Saturday shuffle skate, but it's more of like, it's not an event. It's just kind of like a night just for shuffling,
Yeah.
just like Zane does for the second Sunday. In Ohio, it's the same thing. So, event wise, no. Now, I know other crews like from like Skateland, they do a lot of stuff, but they're all like the JV skaters and stuff. They throw big old parties and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
not us. Yeah.
How, like, because it's crazy. Like when I looked at, especially when I first came back around, there was so much of I mean, my skating was always isolated to this little, like my little spot of like Maine, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire coming up. Like I didn't know shit beyond any of that really. And most people, we don't, like, I mean, this wasn't a social media age when I was doing it, right? Like my rink was like the center of my little world, you know? But I remember getting back into it and kind of getting plugged into this event scene and, you know, and all the adult skating scene and being like, yo, there is some shit going down in the Midwest, dude. There are some skaters, dude. Like it just, I wouldn't have thought of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, whether it was like Waukesha, right? And in Indiana, man. But like, there is some funky ass stuff happening in the Midwest. Do you think that you like that? Do you think your area doesn't get enough kind of like, yeah. Do you think it just kind of like goes unseen, man? Especially for like the style and the talent that's there.
Yeah. I hit my rink. We have good skaters. I've hit other rinks. There's good skaters. Now, like I said, over there on the west side, their style is a little bit more. It is kind of recorded a lot more.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, I see Skateland on social all the time, but obviously it's not what we do in terms of like just shuffle skating and stuff like that, the break skates, and it's more or less you see the JV skaters when it comes to my area. So it's there, but it's just not my style.
Yeah.
So that style is getting a little bit more of like that recording factor than anything else. So, but I can say it's there. It gets noticed, but like not enough for say like us.
Right.
You're only seeing us is when, you know, our photographer is like recording videos or somebody on our team is recording. Like that's the only time you're going to see something from us. But go over here and it's like, boom.
Yeah.
Every time you're going to find something. So it's like a mix. It's like your 317 is noticed, but the ones that are down here, just it's not the same.
You also said though too, like you're kind of like you there's a component for you that you intentionally try and like kind of do your own thing though too, right? Just as far as style goes. Anyway, just explain that.
Well, like you mentioned in Tennessee, like I try to do my own thing, but as I said, I come from, you know, them early 2000s, and I'm a big factor. Obviously, I have some people that want to do it, some people that don't, but I want to incorporate it more. I love the doubles and the pair, like the trios and stuff. Back like when we was doing it, we grew up on the teams and they were doing shuffle routines and stuff like that. That's kind of where my style comes from. I love the aspect of like throwing choreography in my stuff. And I tell people, I'm like, it looks good. You know, obviously I get the compliments. Oh, that's, you know, you're killing it. But it's like, imagine it with two other people, like the little team I had when I came back. We were killing it all the time and looked so good, but obviously they stopped. So it's like, I try to get a little bit more people to do it with me, but some people can't turn around as fast, or it's just not what they want to do.
Yeah.
But so I just kind of like do my own thing. That's all it is.
So even though that was like that Midwest was the first event, but then you went to Tennessee. So what like what got you to go to Tennessee? Was just availability or what?
Actually, I don't know. It was like I have this thing where it's like, obviously it's probably everybody's thing. Take the trips and go on the adventures, and seeing and being older now is like I have these opportunities to go. I'm gonna take it,
Yeah.
and then just seeing it's crazy because it's like seeing how many people still skate. It's like why not go? Like you get to be around everybody that does this. And I've never been out there. And it was one of those opportunities. I wanted to check it out. You know, the crew's going, I'm going too.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. If there's like somebody, like if there's like a particular, I don't know, whether it's crew or style or person or whatever, like kind of like who for you, like I there's people that like you know, and most of the time it's I say it all the time. It's like the people that like I kind of enjoy watching the most are people I just can't mistake it. I can't mistake for anybody else. Like,
Right.
I don't know. Do you know who Aaron Bardwell is? You know what I mean?
I don't.
Dude, just go look that dude up. Okay. Holy shit. If you go look Aaron Bardwell up and anything but holy shit goes through your brain, I don't even know what to tell you, but like there's dudes like that. You know, Brandon Nix, you know what I mean? Like these aren't like these like they're not like pro names, but they're just, but for you, is there somebody out there like where you're like, when you kind of see what they do, you're like, oh shit, like it resonates with you. Is there anybody that kind of stands out in your mind like that?
Oh man, there's a few till this day.
Okay.
Smitty for one, you know, I know he was on here.
Yep.
Smitty has always been like one of those people I watched. Like, man, Smitty just throws it down. I know he does his own. He does his own thing.
Right. Smitty to me spins like an amazing dancer on skates. You know what I'm saying? It's like you know what I'm saying? Like it's the craziest thing. Like that doesn't look like someone spinning on skates. It looks like a world-class professional dancer skating, like spinning. You know what I mean? Does that make sense, or am I crazy?
Yeah. Oh no, it does. And that's why I look at him like he has his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sorry, ain't nobody spinning like Smitty.
Nope.
Then like Will Osborne. You know, obviously he was one of those young cats back in the day too.
Yeah.
Never met him till, you know, recently and stuff at, you know, these skates that we had. But same for him. Like he gets in the middle and he's just like dances and skates like nobody's watching, and it's just like that's the confidence. Like I have confidence, but like that's the confidence I want. And then again, shout out to Tony. You know, my idol. He will always be my GOAT. When I say jam skating, Tony is the face of jam skating. So, and I know a lot of people do it, but there's nobody like Tony.
Tony left a stamp on the shit. Like you can look at stuff happening today and you can say that's Tony right there. Like Tony made that shit. Like Tony, like when I was just talking to him, because I was asking him what were those things for him, right? Like that he can look back, he can look at today's stuff and be like, is it possible for him to recognize his footprint in here? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And, you know, and his thing was like, yeah, for me, it was like power moves. Like, he's like, I really, you know what I mean? Like, but like for me, like I looked at it, like what I was saying to him was like, no, I agree. but like I felt like, and just like you said, I'm not saying nobody else did this. I'm just saying to me, it's where I noticed the most. I feel like Tony brought musicality to that power move. Like there's, because dude, there's a difference between doing a trick and doing and like getting down. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
he brought musicality to this thing that made it more than just doing a big power move or a trick. Like he made it a dance. He made it a performance. He made it I don't know, man. Maybe I'm going off, but
No, you're not tripping, because one of my favorite things from him, I know it was a little bit back, like a long time back. It was Orbit in Ohio before it all closed down, like the real big rink they had. He did a performance to it was, I'm not sure the main artist. I know it's like Charlie something, and then T-Pain, and it was like Super Sexy was the song. And till this day, that routine will hands down like hold like the number one spot, because like you said, musicality, everything was hit, everything was on a beat. It was just like he left his mark on like everybody, especially me growing up being around him at that young age. Like he left his stamp for real.
He's the dude that had the first signature skate ever.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And and it's shout out to Diamond as well, because I had my buddy, he was a big fan of Diamond. Yeah. And I sit here and tell you, when they leave their mark, it will show. Tony was the reason I bought my first vanilla, and I couldn't even afford like a complete. I got the boot, and I was doing poses and taking pictures in them, because it was like, man, you want to be like somebody, that's who I want to be like.
Yeah.
But yeah, Diamond's another one. He left his mark on it. It was just like, for me, if it wasn't Tony or Diamond, it was like nobody else. Even though there were so many other good skaters, and you can name a handful, but those two are the main, like, that when I see the face of skating, it was kind of like boom.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, there's so many, but those are the main ones, because everybody's different, and those few that I mentioned, they do their own thing.
Yeah.
And that's what it is for me.
Yeah. And not only did guys like that do their own thing style-wise on the floor, they also paved a way to make this a legitimate career. You know what I mean? Like that was something that nobody really knew how to do, or even was a thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a road paved for a lot of cats now because of what those guys did, man. It's kind of crazy. Shout out. All you
exactly. Shout out to all them. Shout out to them for real.
I was talking to Tony, and we were talking about like kind of new cats, like, and he's like, and all the T's too. He's like, the T stacks, the T smooths, all the motherfucking T's out there. I was like, yeah, there's a lot of them motherfuckers, ain't it? But what for you, man? Like musically, like what is the thing? And for me, it kind of switches a lot, you know what I mean? Jumps around, but like, is there something for you right now that like you hear the shit and it's like, oh yeah, that makes me want to get down? Like,
oh man, I get this all. People at my Rink think I'm crazy. I am a very, very like biased person, and I know that probably sounds bad to most, because everybody likes their own thing.
Yeah.
You like your slow stuff, and you like your hip hop. And I love hip hop. I love it all. Don't get me wrong. I love it all. But if I get hate for this, I get hate for it. But when I come strictly to the Rink, I feel like it should feel like a party all the time.
Okay.
So not strictly have to be shuffle skating all the time, stuff like that. But like, I want to hear beats. I want to hear an 808 beat. I want to hear drum and bass. Like it doesn't have to strictly be like freestyle, but like there's so many good songs that have like this skating ability beat. Like Sierra's Get Up. You know, a lot of people don't play that. You can shuffle skate to that. You can jam to that. You can just skate to it. But I'm strictly like, I like the little bit of the faster stuff, not super fast, but like just the beats. I need a beat when I skate. Um, so when I hear that, oh, we're gonna, jam skate, shuffle skate, and I'm like, I'm all for it. But our rink, they do a slow and they do a fast, so everybody gets their capabilities. So that's what's cool about it. But yeah, I like it all. But for me, we got to keep moving. That's just
I mean, it makes sense coming from you. I mean, the era that you grew up, the stuff that you kind of watched.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you watched break skate, right, as a kid. So like, whether it's strictly freestyle or not, like it's b-boy music in general probably gets you, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Gets you going. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and that makes perfect sense, That's interesting.
Like
that's
DJ
cool.
mixes and stuff, like when, I watch jams on live on TikTok, and it's just like, I'm not even at the rink and I want to go skate. Like, yep. Like these beats, and it's that I don't know. That's just how that's my world. So it's like I want to hear that type of stuff. And obviously you got to slow it down. Everybody got a breath, take a break. I get it. But man, it's got to feel like a party to me. I want to skate more than I want to sit down. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and sometimes like the thing that like, it's like it's not even just like the stuff that I hear when I'm at the rink that gets me moving. Like I know, like when I hear, like, if I'm just driving and I hear like a track, and it might not even be something I've heard at the rink or I don't remember hearing at the rink for a long time. But like, if I'm literally like completely out of the rink world in that moment, but I hear a song, and then I literally in my mind, I start visualizing myself skating to that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh, I'm going to move on this beat. I'm going to do this on that. It's like, I get like now, like, and it still happens to this day. Like, I'll have to make that happen then. Like whatever session I'm going to go to, like I'm going to talk to DJ and be like, yo, like I'm not going to get crazy and be like, yo, I just fucking watch myself skate to this, you know what I mean? Or in my mind, but I'm going to request it. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Exactly.
Yep.
Cause
that was a thing that used to happen to me all the time when I was younger, when I first started skating. And then I didn't skate for years. And then like within like 2 weeks of skating again, that started happening immediately again. I'd be driving somewhere, I'd hear some song, and I hadn't had that experience in 20 plus years. Then all of a sudden, in my mind, instantly, I'm skating to that track. I'm like, oh shit, I have to hear this at a rink. You know what I mean? Does that ever happen? Did you ever do that?
Oh yeah, I just did it last night.
What was the track?
I have, it's a DJ Nasty remix, and it's called "Give It to Me." And,
okay.
Man, but I do this, I do it all the time. I hate to say it, but buddy Andrew, that normally he plays the music. We don't have a DJ yet, which I don't think they're going to go that far. We're still doing computers but obviously you can hook your phone up. And every time he's there, I'm like, hey man, you got to play this. Or he'll be like, what you got for me this time? And I'm just like, look, I know you guys got good songs. It's just, you don't got this one. Or I haven't heard it here. So yeah, I do it a lot, but not like crazy a lot. I just try to get some new music and, is it good? I'm like, oh, it's good. If I'm skating to it, it's good. But
so, yo, are you saying like there's just like a playlist happening at your
yeah,
room?
Like I do YouTube music, and I'm just scroll and I find these just songs, and then obviously when you just let it play through, and then something comes on, you're just like, okay, I ain't heard this. Save it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm the same way. Like I get in the car and I'd rather hear my shuffle skate music than anything when I'm driving.
Yeah.
So.
But what I'm saying, like, you're saying there's not a DJ at your rink?
Yeah, we don't have that whole somebody comes in with their equipment.
Yeah.
We don't got that. I know Skateland has that. But Franklin.
So what? So somebody just throws on a playlist, essentially? Is that what happens? Or
hate to say it, yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. I mean,
yeah. But like I said, we got skaters. They know their music. They want to hear some certain stuff, but obviously you got to be versatile, kids and everything.
Yeah.
But I've given, Andrew so many banger songs that's strictly what he plays when it's like, oh, shuffle skate, he's playing what I gave him. And I'm like, see, and everybody gets down to it. And I'm like, it's a good choice.
Cool, man. Well, dude, we've been going like an hour and a half. Is there anything that you want to make sure you mentioned? Anything you want to throw out there? Shout outs? Anything you want to promote, plug, whatever, man?
Oh man, I wish I had promotion. No, you get with my my girl Heather. She makes these banger t-shirts and hoodies.
317. Shout out Heather.
317 all day. No, mainly if I shout out, I'm shouting out to everybody.
Yeah.
Like I said in Tennessee, if not for this whole circle of people, none of this would happen. We got the people that promote events or even throw these events and the rinks that allow us to have these events. That's who I'm giving a shout out to. Just everybody in general. Skate Like You Podcast for having me.
Yeah, man.
Made me feel famous. I'm just a typical guy.
You and me both, dude.
But, that's mainly it. Just, shout out to everybody, my crew, my lady, everybody just keeps me going. That's who that's a big thing for me.
No doubt. All right, man. So if nothing else, the next time I see you, I'll definitely see you at Midwest, right?
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
Nice.
Hopefully
man.
next month I can go, but not sure. You'll be out there.
Yo, that'd be cool to see you at USA. Yeah, man. That's such a cool thing to watch, like to see people the first time that they're there, because they're like, oh shit, like not that you can go with no problem. It's not about that. It's just everybody the first time they go, they're like, so they never slow down ever.
Hey, I'm still like that, even though I've been around people that I'm like, wow, how do they do it? I'm still one of those people like, man, y'all can go.
And this is like, they go on, and like it's the kind of thing where like, because Hiram, they do it at Hiram and Kennesaw. Hiram is the one that really goes crazy though. But like you gotta, if you're gonna go on, like make sure you go to the bathroom first, whatever, because like it ain't the easiest to get off. You know what I'm saying? Like it's telling you, dude, you be out there, man. It's kind of crazy. It's fun as hell though, dude. It's fun as hell. So all right, man. Yeah, no, it's for real, dude. No joke. But all right, man. Well, man, this was good, man. I think people are gonna dig this. I appreciate you being on, man. I appreciate you, being understanding of the tech issues yesterday.
Well, I appreciate you for having me. Definitely.
All right, man. All right. Well, have yourself a good one. I will see you soon, dude.
All right, Mark. You have a good one, brother.